Hi, my name is Chris Erskine, and welcome to my weekly artist updates. As you can see, I've returned to the Hermitage ruins out in Ancaster. I decided to, normally I focus almost exclusively on printing and doing pencil sketches during the summer times, but because the fate of the Hermitage ruins is still uncertain, the permits committee rejected the Hamilton Conservation Authority's request for a partial demolition of the Hermitage ruins. Essentially, they want to eliminate this section here and just keep around the door frame. So no higher than about 3 feet. And of course this is totally unacceptable as far as heritage preservation and the wonderful the structure that exists here. But I've talked about this in the past, and I'll talk about it in the future. But as far as this week is concerned, I've come because of the uncertainty of the future of the ruins. I decided to come and work on a painting. This is based on the work I did a month or so ago. I was out here on several occasions working up some pencil sketches of the ruins, and based on those previous visits, I worked up, as you can see, a charcoal sketch of the ruins, and then I blocked in some color, essentially green for the ground, blue for the sky, just so that I'm not working with a bright white canvas on a sunny day. Having a little bit of color there helps the eye judge the paints as you apply them. At least that's my experience. And that's typically how I work in paintings. I'll work a sketch up, then I'll transfer it to the painting. I'll use, in this case I didn't use black acrylic paint or gouache to mark out the black areas on the paints, but typically that's what I do. Today, because I wanted to work quickly, I just worked out a charcoal sketch, and then around it I blocked it in with some color with pastels. And that's typically how I work with my paintings in the past. And this will most likely serve as the foundation for a print that I'll do hopefully later this summer. But if, depending on how things go, I may not get to it to the fall. It's been a very busy week. Again, it's the middle of the summer, and this is my busy time. This is when I try to get all my outdoor activities completed before the end of the warm season. As I've mentioned before, I find that once the cold weather sets in, my flexibility of my fingers is just not good enough for doing sketches and painting and or working out in the garage. I'm outside basically for 2 reasons. One is to do the pencil sketches or paintings. That's one activity, and I usually do that on location. So hence I'm at the Hermitage ruins today. However, also when I'm doing wood carving using power tools, or generally just wood carving in general, I tend to do that outside because I don't have a separate ventilation system in my studio to take the dust and any varnish or other powerful fumes that I might create working on my projects. And so they would be, if without a separate air filter air system, those pollutants would travel through the house, and that's not a good thing for a family. So that means for that kind of work, carving and varnishing and using some very strong stains and that sort of thing, all of that has to occur in the outdoors. And so again, because I lose the flexibility in my fingers quite readily with cold temperatures, this is another mainly summer activity that I do. So this last week I have started trying to create my own frames. I was thinking about that last year, and I didn't have time to get to that project. So this year I'm trying to create my own frames. frames. The goal with my stuff is to create it as make it as accessible to as many people as possible, and the less costly the materials are, the more accessible my projects can be to people. So that's generally why I try to go print. Is I'm trying to get out art to the most number of people possible, and that's my particular philosophy. I tend also to avoid galleries. The galleries, if they have a good client list, it's a fantastic way to get you to high-end buyers. But the galleries are very justifiably jealous or are very conservative with their lists, and they're only going to let those put the people they feel the very best out to their select clientele. And for me, I've tried the gallery system and it really hasn't worked for me, so I find the direct approach is much better, and so I basically cut out the gallery as a middleman, and I aim, rather than trying to create an object that's very expensive and only affordable to a select group, I try to create art that's more accessible to more people. I also believe in giving out free art, and some of my ink and watercolors, I'm aiming to, that's another project that I'm working on, make that downloadable. Some of the buildings like the Hermitage and 27 Bowl Street, those are two projects that I want to try to complete this summer, where I'll create a pen and ink wash drawing that will be downloadable from the internet, and then you would be able to print it out and frame it and have my art for free at home. So these are some of the projects I'm working on. I'm still working on the Dundrum Castle print, and so I've done the test print on that. Now what I'm doing is I have to get my carving tools sharpened, so that's another project that I've had to undertake, is to learn how to manually sharpen my tools rather than taking them out to be done by a professional, and I'm trying to do that more in-house. So that's a new project that I've undertaken, and in addition to creating the frames, and I do my own matting, I'm going to also start cutting my own glass, so that truly when you get one of my pieces, they will be handmade from start to finish, and I hope that people will find that a rewarding experience to have something like that. So today it's a beautiful sunny day after a couple cold days and a couple rainy days. I'm going to block out major colors in here. I won't have time to complete it today. That's not I'm not gonna, I only have a few hours window here. So I'll block out the main colors, and then next week I'll come back and work in the finer details, and hopefully with one or two additional visits that will be finished. So at the end of this, I will show you where I got to. So I have that's going on today, and then I'm still working on the event, the filming and event backdrop. I've finished the sketch of it. Now I have to paint it and put rods in the top and that sort of thing. So that's where we are today, and hopefully you'll come back and see the results. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you probably in an hour and a half. Okay, take care. Bye. Okay, so it is now, let's see, coming up on 4 o'clock, and I'm being driven out by the flies and horse flies. they are persistent devils, and it's just becoming a little bit too difficult. I guess we got to that time of day where they're starting to come out. The midday heat is past. So anyhow, here we are, and I basically blocked in most of the colors. I haven't done the building itself. I'm not quite sure what the base color is going to be, whether it's going to be a red base, a brown base, maybe even a yellow. Probably not blue, because I want the warm colors to separate. I want warm colors to separate out from the background sky and trees, which will be a cooler color. So anyhow, I'm sorry, I'm feeling very itchy at the moment because these flies are really bad. They really came out in force in the last half hour. So here we are. That's it. I got pretty good progress for a couple hours work, and I'll probably be back next week to start working in the details. I probably two or three more sessions. These are sketches. I don't do full developed paintings anymore. Just too time consuming. You spend months on it. So I prefer to do sketches. Not fully fleshed out, but just gain the essence of what the paintings, what the subject's about. So that's where we are. And as I said before, I'm working on doing framing and carving of the Dundurn Castle print, and learning how to sharpen my carving tools, which is going to be an interesting, possibly very time-consuming activity. So okay, to next week. I wish you all well, and thank you for dropping by. Take care. Bye.